You guys, all right. So we have little. Are we even live? Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well? Look at me on the screen because why are we having this many interruptions with the signal? Everything is trying not to work. Well, I wanted to say happy Friday, y'all, because look, y'all, it was, listen, I was not expecting this to become a little train wreck in the beginning, a little hot mess on the side. But as we do, we push on. We push on, we push forward, and we're going to keep the show alive. Y'all, I hope y'all are having an amazing start to y'all on Friday. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's so much going on in the news. I'm so sorry. I hope y'all are feeling good. I hope y'all not stressed. I hope y'all are like trying to get past these, interesting times. We're gonna put it at that so they won't jar me on the beat, you know. But yeah, why we pulling up? Because your girl worked on some things for y'all. I had to put some things together. I had to set some things up. Y'all, listen. I got my new hairdo going on. Yo. I want to welcome everybody who is new to the live. I am Zalia J. If you are new here, thank you for watching. We finna get this over here started because they playing, and they playing. Let's see. We share my screen. Cause we what up? Mm, 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 mm. Show you on the screen. Alright, that's why that's loading, you guys. Let's see. Don't take forever. Don't film it now. Alright, welcome to another Candid Podcast. Let's get it going. We have so much to talk about today. It's not even funny. Y'all get y'all blunts. Get your liquor, whatever, what time it is, wherever you are at. Have a sip, have a relax. If you're at work, girl, bless your heart. You almost off. So let's get this going. Cardi B and BM made the news again. Oh Lord, here we go. So Bia had went to 94.3, with 94.7, 93.7 over there, and she had made some little comments, and I kind of enjoyed it. So let's take a look, y'all.
What did you initially think when you did hear Cardi's Pretty and Petty?
I was like, oh, I'm glad she got that. I'm glad she felt like she could get that off. But I knew it was coming because, like, this is rap. I'm competitive. So, like, it was like a thing that we know what the reasons were and why it was all happening.
But Sue Me Out.
There were similarities between my album, Really Her, and her song Enough, and different things that the fans were pulling and bringing to my attention. I liked the tweet for the similarities between the creative.
Okay, so you're taking us back to what initially caused this
That was the
situation.
only thing it was about for me. You have to know that this happens to artists every single day. Mm-hmm. It's not even about her. It's about that you have smaller artists or artists who don't have as big of a platform, and their creative gets reworked by bigger artists. And instead of those bigger artists being like, oh, yes, I did rework that creative, or yes, oh, I didn't know that we stole that creative, because it's happened numerous times. It's not just me.
I really respect you explaining what it is and what caused this tension. Your team didn't ask me to not talk about anything. They didn't censor me. Mm-hmm. At this point, do you see like a world where this can be put behind you? Even that situation that you just explained, couldn't that have been like a, hey, let's talk on the phone and figure this out?
It started on the phone, and she called me screaming like 15 times back to back. So it's like, once that respect is out the window.
So let me pull myself up here. So listen, I don't know how we got to this point of which these rap girls are arguing with Cardi. I wish I could play out a part where she said that, what did she say? That she's not going to continue going back and forth with Partisan, which was hilarious. It was a bomb. It was a drop. And I'm going to give you that one, girl. That was very fucking good. So not only was that a thing, I'm happy she addressed that. I'm happy she let it be known, but I don't even consider Cardi B like a real rapper. She's what you call like a performer, because she's like, what is she? She's just like sitting there. They're doing the work. She's kind of just the face of the company, or almost kind of like, it's not like she has any put forth. So on top of that being in the news, listen, Nicki Minaj just unfollowed her only lapdog, y'all. Lord Jesus. I promise y'all this is going to make me old.
Did Nicki hear Trifling yet?
She hasn't. I kind of want us to surprise her.
I want to know what she thinks about it.
Yeah, I think she's
going to
know
like that you're even using her message?
She has to, because I have to send it,
to get it cleared.
Yeah.
But I think Nicki would have waited until Bia releases, the music. She says she added Nicki's vocals, and let's see how it is. I mean, it's obvious that Bia likes Nicki Minaj, but I don't know. I think Nicki should just like people that likes her. Like, she should just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the energy. Nicki should always return the energy. Yeah, of course, that's it. Please like and subscribe to my channel.
Y'all go. If y'all want to go subscribe to his channel, subscribe to his channel. But listen, y'all, listen. So Nikki unfollows everybody. I don't understand. She falls out with everybody she literally gets in contact with, and it's constantly. What is the word for it? It's telling on top of it's exhausting, because then you're not gonna have any friends, girl. It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like, how many times are you gonna cry wolf and ain't nobody gonna want to come save you? And so it's like, now you have now when you get to the point where you have no friends, is that your intention or is that your goal, Nikki? I'm curious. I'm just curious. But I mean, do you, but through your behavior as someone who claims to be a queen, it's not queen like behavior. And I'm not talking about this queen. I'm talking about this kind of queen. Not Queen Elizabeth. I need you to be queen. You know what I mean? Don't claim to be something and then turn around and start acting like you ain't that. Girl, and on another news, child, let's get this going. Hold on. Yeah. Click. Girl, Stephen A. Smith. Child. This man had a whole lot of womp, 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 womp to say about Jasmine Crockett doing the due diligence that she is doing for us. I mean, as much as she can. So Stephen A. Smith goes off for criticizing Donald Trump instead of working with him. It ain't that complicated. It ain't that damn complicated. This is Mr. 1.5 points, by the way. I'm going to just... Let's go. Yes. Boom. Is it gonna? There we go,
Stephen A. Smith. Well, initially
shout out
reported on him
to
criticizing
Indisputable.
former First Lady Michelle Obama. He has criticized former VP Kamala Harris. He has now told Representative Jasmine Crockett that she needs to learn how to work with that man in the White House. Here it is.
How Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself. I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. Work is saying, that's the man in power. I know what his agenda is. I'm not exactly in a position to stop him since the Republicans have the Senate and the House. But maybe if I'm willing to work with this man, I might get something out of it for my constituency. Because like Joe Manchin said, he's there to represent, or was there for 15 years to represent, the people of West Virginia. She's supposed to be there to represent the people of Texas.
She is.
Yeah.
Her constituents.
Wait. Can we
who personify.
We get oh my God. Oh my God. Let me. Oh shit. Oh my Lord. That was hilarious. Honestly. Listen. What? Stephen, shut up. Shut up. What do you? Is it that damn complicated? Is it that damn complicated for you to mind your fucking business? No, I'm sorry to cuss y'all, and I'm sorry if y'all at work and stuff. But listen, is it that damn hard for you to mind your damn business? I'ma just keep it 100, cause Mr. 1.5 points who can't even tell a story correctly and over here busted because he always over here lying. 1.5 points. But oh my gosh. Trying to work with a man who doesn't even want to work with them back. You realize they got them locked out the... Oh, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Why? Who? Where's your mama? Where? Next. Lord Jesus, Lord, we gonna see. It's just we gonna just. Oh my God, it gets worse. It gets worse, y'all. Jesus, so my gosh. Late last night, I was doing a little bit of scrolling. You know, there was a post from Ray J concerning Chrisean. So apparently, is it? Take a look. Take a look. Just take a look. Take a look.
Like, gotta clean up every day, you know? You gotta clean up. And then you got friends, or you got entourages, or you got the team members coming over and fucking shit up and really not cleaning up. So now that I cleaned up this whole goddamn house myself, and I love paying housekeepers and making sure, you know what I'm saying, they eat, but when I clean it up by myself and somebody messes it up, it's a bigger problem, because I know I just cleaned the table. So this house is a zen house for me. I had another house down the street. It's a stream house. It's a house for business. And everybody just gotta stay there, and we gotta do a big meeting about niggas cleaning up, bro. This shit is not okay. It's clean now. I got this whole shit spotless. All this was crazy. The inside, I'll show y'all in a minute. And I'm not proud of it. Like, this is a necessity. I'm hot, I'm tired, I got more gray hairs, like, fuck.
I believe something's going on. Oh. Hey. Listen, oh my gosh. Listen. I thought, is it just me, or is their relationship suspicious? Is it just me, or their relationship is extremely suspicious? Okay, this brother and sister thing, I don't believe it. Not one bit. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I'm not going to say I ever do. I don't say I ever will. I don't believe it, and it's quite funny that I say that I really don't believe it, because I don't. I really don't, you guys. And it's like, maybe it's the fact that she's always been messy, because we've heard this several times. You remember when she fought the girl on the show about it? And on Baddies, who was that, Persuasion, or was that Jayla, who she fought? Because I think it was Persuasion. She fought Persuasion over the fact that she was dirty. So this is nothing new. It's never been nothing new. So it's just first, I want you to look at this clip. First of all, I want you to look at this clip, because, child, let's just
Yeah.
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 We need
A plug.
a plug. We need a plug. Give it to me, Sky. It's right here.
It's right here.
Hey, y'all. I'm gonna get up on here. Just.
Y'all, and I don't even. She don't even walk like a lady. She had a whole ass dude walk. I'm just. How was the baby? Because I see you over there, and I know you allegedly messing around with Ray J, brother and sister. My ass. You. And it's the first time Ray J ain't said nothing yet. Use a Ray J a spill because he tell everybody he done mess with freely. And quite frankly, child, Ray J. So did you sleep with Ray J? I got a question for you. Did you sleep with Cassie too? Oh. Did you sleep with Cassie too? Lord, did you? Did you? You must have slept with Cassie or something too. I just want to know. I just want to know. Listen, let's go. Let's get this thing on the road. I know y'all feel some type of way too. Listen, Chrisean really needs help. I don't even understand why the fact that she's under Ray J's care anyway. Why she keeps going to these different people who are like problematic as it is, and then you add problematic with problematic. It's like now you got ultra problematic. It's like Ray J and fucking what's his name, Kanye, getting together. It's just like that's chaos and chaos. That you're gonna get chaos. Like, yeah, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Oh, and then we end up on these stories right here. Lord. So I woke up early this morning. Woke up this morning. Real Housewives getting arrested. Damn. Real Housewives Dr. Wendy Osefo and husband Eddie arrested on fraud charges in Maryland. How you a doctor and you committing fraud? You know, you girl, didn't you learn that in school every day? I should know. So it says TMZ reports that Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo have been booked on criminal fraud charges in Maryland. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Wendy is facing 16 total charges. Damn, including 7 felonies. She accused of providing false and misleading information. What? Wait. I didn't read that all the way. I never read that all the way. Y'all, this is what? 16 charges, including 7 felonies. 7 felonies. Somebody come get her. She gonna be missing all her liquor. Yeah, she miss her bed. She gonna miss her dog, the TV, her husband. Oh Lord, Jesus, shit. So let's get this order. Wait, so according to documents obtained by TMZ, Wendy is facing 16 total charges, including 7 felonies. She's accused of providing false or misleading information involving fraud exceeding $300, and also faces a misdemeanor count of allegedly making false statements to an officer. As her husband Eddie details about his exact charges haven't been made Public get the couple reportedly booked Thursday night in Maryland, and the investigation is ongoing. Oh my gosh. Let me pull it together, because y'all, I wasn't ready. I really wasn't ready for that. How are you a doctor and you're making, I know the healthcare system is falling right now. I'm gonna keep it 100, but what in the hell are you doing that got you landed with 7 felonies? 7 felonies, not 1 felony, not 1 count. She has 16 total charges, including 7 felonies. So 7 of those 16 is a motherfucking felony. You slid one of the other ones just as a misdemeanor. Dr. Wendy, Miss Osefo, and Eddie Osefo, get on my stage. And it's funny because y'all know them. I ain't gonna sound like I'm racist. Y'all don't take it as I'm racist, but y'all know them Africans. They be over there doing that fraud. Y'all just seen Portia's husband do the same. And it's like a trend though, because it's constantly kind of happening, and so like shit. That means shit. Oh, okay. So now we reach the news that I regret to bring to you guys, because I woke up early this morning. So you gotta grab the notepad. Excuse it coming across the camera, but Nepal has fell. So, coming out of the news, there was a youth-led Gen Z group which originated last month, September 8th. And as of Tuesday, October 7, 2025, the group registered an FIR against deposed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and Home Minister Ramesh Lakha, seeking their criminal accountability for the deaths during the demonstration. What happened was on September 8th and 9th, a total of 76 people were killed during protests. When I say people, these are actually minors. Some are like college teen it's Gen Z, so it ranged from like 25 on down. 26, 27 on down. Said officers indiscriminately started shooting at the youth protesters. On the second day, things got very violent, and that's when government buildings ended up getting burnt down. It resulted in Prime Minister Oli's ousted. As of right now, it's a lot going on over there, and so I'm going to give y'all this little news clip real quick so y'all can check out what's going on.
Look carefully at the guy in the green. Hit at speed, but then gets himself up. At least 20 people have now been killed in anti-corruption clashes in Nepal, with hundreds more injured.
Corruption! We are fighting against corruption! This is the motto of our protest, fighting against corruption!
High-velocity water cannon and tear gas were the weapons of choice for police against what organisers have dubbed the Gen Z protests. So how did this all start? Young people have been taking to the streets to rally against a government social media ban that saw the likes of Insta, X and TikTok taken away. This came after a Nepo Kid campaign put the spotlight on the lavish lifestyles of the children of politicians. But the problems run deeper. Youth unemployment is high across Nepal, and claims of government corruption are rife.
All the Nepalese citizens are fed up of corruption. Every youth are going outside the country, so we want to protect our youth and make the country's economy better. For that, we need a new youth, new power and new politicians who are well educated to move the country forward.
Under pressure, the government lifted the ban and the Prime Minister has now resigned. They had said after an emergency meeting on Monday that they made decisions to address the demands of Gen Z. But the government had justified the ban by saying they wanted to tackle fake news, hate speech and online fraud, an argument young protesters just weren't buying.
Our demand and desire is for peace and to end corruption so that people can actually work and live back in the country. We will work to continue pressure on the government.
The clashes haven't stopped. Kathmandu's international airport suspended flights, and the former Prime Minister's residence has been ransacked by protesters. But with the indefinite curfew seemingly being ignored and protests spreading to other regions, anger towards the government shows no signs of letting up. Well, we're joined now by Nayana Prakash, who is a research fellow at Chatham House. Thank you so much for joining us. I just wanted to start by asking, what's your reaction to what we're seeing in Nepal?
As much as it may seem that these protests have come seemingly overnight with very little provocation, the idea of, the frustration with corruption in the current the former government has been there for quite some time. And the social media ban is only the straw that's broken the camel's back in this instance.
What did the government say? What was their reasoning behind the social media ban in the first place?
So social media bans like this typically happen when the government wants social media companies to comply with governmental norms and the way of doing things in that particular country. It's not unusual in South Asia. We've seen that happen in India, obviously in Nepal's neighboring country, obviously China not far away as well. So social media companies simply had to register with the Nepalese government in order to continue doing business in that country. Many of them failed to do so and were...
Okay, so this is a very disheartening story, honestly. This is terrible. I do have empathy for those people, young people around my age, 76. The news keeps trying to downplay it, but when I got done doing the research, it was about a total of 76 people killed. And it was confirmed by several professional news outlets, I think including the Associated Press. This world has become a chaotic place that is in need of love and light at the moment. And in times like this, I know that you see me laugh at what's going on politically, but this is the things it can lead to. And that's what I'm afraid of. And it's already kind of leading to that with the protests we're having with ICE. I'm pretty sure they're just covering up a lot of the numbers. They're trying to keep it downplay. They downplayed several situations in which we've debunked. There's also been a lot of social media falsitude going on, almost kind of like they've been factoring up like just these videos using AI and just try to enrage communities and to create divide and they'll push certain things to the algorithm to create a divide. And honestly, enough is enough when it comes to that. It is time for Trump in our administration. It is time for leaders around the world, honestly, to put on their big boy pants and stop acting like children, because honestly, it's time to do the work and the due diligence that you're supposed to be doing based off of what you have signed up to do. And that's all I'm going to say on that. On top of what's going on in the government, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, my baby. Shit. Bad body build. Damn, bad body build. Yes, she's changing her ways. She's starting to see the light, apparently. She wants to see she's I'm not gay anymore. She's seen the light. She's seen the light, apparently. Let's check out what she said.
One of the most controversial members of Congress, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, usually draws the ire of Democrats, but now she's speaking out against some in her own party and coming out in favor of what Democrats demand to reopen the government, an extension of enhanced health care subsidies.
Congresswoman Greene, thank you for joining us here in the Situation Room. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start there. Let's start with the shutdown. So you voted for the short-term funding bill, but now you're talking about this health care issue. Help us better understand. Why now?
Well, actually, this is something I talked about when I first ran for Congress in 2020, because I grew up in a construction company family. Bought that company after college and retired my parents. And after the ACA was passed,
the Affordable Care Act.
Yes, the Affordable Care Act, our family's health insurance premium went from $800 a month to $2,400 a month. So I've known about this as a major problem for a long time. It's not just ACA recipients whose premiums are going to skyrocket very soon. It has been a disaster for many Americans across the board. And cost of living is so high now. Many of my constituents, many of my friends, and even my own children are finding health insurance to be extremely unaffordable and something that they are having to go without. So I think this is an incredibly important issue. I think it is a crisis. I don't think it's something to wear political party team jerseys on. I think it's something that we have to address and fix.
And it's very personal for you.
Very personal. It's affected my own life. And the Affordable Care Act was passed in...
So y'all know I'm about to talk my shit. Listen. So now when it hits home and now it hits personal, now you feel some type of way. Which is good. I'm going to give it to you. Hey, do you? But why now? Why now? Why now, Miss Marjorie? What made you change your mind? Huh? I'm bad by the beach, body build. What changed your mind? I'm happy you are aware, though. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy she's aware. But it's the fact that y'all all been acting like y'all don't see that what's happening is affecting you personally. Y'all been acting and ignoring as if, oh, it's not gonna bother me. Ooh, I'm untouchable. Honey, no one's untouchable. We gotta start living in a little bit of reality here, because lately I see it's a lot of delusion. And we gotta live in a little bit of reality. Let's listen. If she actually sits back and I see she never actually does her research. Let's start there. She doesn't do her research. So for somebody who's on a Senate position, House position, honey, why is it that? Why is it that you don't do your research? And then you find things out and then you feel like, oh, so why are you just taking people's word for it? Because if you're supposed to be somebody who has a backbone, anybody who's in the government, they're supposed to have a backbone. I understand we all supposed to be able to talk to each other and be able to communicate, and y'all still have to be friends in the midst of all the battling. The thing is, I've already been at a point, I threw my hands up on both sides. Y'all, between the both, because y'all both are also still mixing and mingling, and some of y'all, it's both parties are kind of working it. And I'm happy to hear she's on this level, but let's also listen to what everybody else has to say about this too. Let's take a listen.
We're now entering the second week of the government shutdown, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is turning out to be a helpful voice for Democrats in their political standoff with Republicans. So here's what's going on. Democrats say they will not vote to reopen the government unless the legislation includes money to extend enhanced Obamacare subsidies. And the Republican Congresswoman from Georgia actually appears to be on their side, tweeting, "Not a single Republican in leadership talked to us about this or has given us a plan to help Americans deal with their health insurance premiums," which drew this response from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
So hold on to your hats. I think this is the first time I said this, but on this issue, Representative Greene said it perfectly. Representative Greene is absolutely right.
Joining me now in the group chat, Catherine Lucy, White House correspondent for Bloomberg News, Charlie Dent, former Republican congressman from Pennsylvania, and Antoine Seawright, Democratic strategist. All right, before I come to this side of the sartorial table, Catherine, I want to talk to you because I hear this argument going two ways. It starts out like, hey, healthcare subsidies, we should extend them. And the Republicans usually say, you actually just want subsidies for illegal migrants. And then it sort of devolves from there. At this point, what's actually going on?
Well, what we're seeing is there is some talk around healthcare now that we weren't seeing maybe a few days ago. I mean, I think most notably this week, the president himself in the Oval Office on Monday, I was in there as part of the press pool, and I asked him about, would he talk to Democrats, would he talk to Democrats healthcare, and he seemed to say yes. The White House then kind of walked some of those statements.
I was about to say, then Republicans on the Hill were like, what? We are?
Yeah, so it was quite a day, but the White House then said, wait, we want to reopen first. But clearly he was suggesting some openness to this, which I think indicates that they are feeling some pressure to figure out how to resolve this. And we are hearing from some Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Josh Hawley, are talking about how they need to figure out a way to deal with this.
Hawley, I understand, because he also was talking about, was it Medicaid? Remember when he was out there on that point? Is Greene a new entrant into this?
An interesting voice in this that shows that this is a complicated issue that hits a lot of people's constituents and districts. And I think, and then also we've heard from people like Susan Collins saying, that, who is a sort of reliable presence in bipartisan negotiations. So the ball hasn't, sort of fully moved, but there are some quiet things happening, I think.
All right. So I want to talk to you, Charlie, because you've been through the shutdown wars of a different vintage, let's just say. What's different about this one, though?
Well, what's different about this one is that I feel like compared to 2013, everything is the same except the roles have all reversed. Back then, it was the Republicans who were making demands on defunding Obamacare, and the Democrats were arguing for a clean CR. And now here it is, the Democrats are making demands on health care. I'm not here judging whether they're good or bad demands, but they're making demands, and the Republicans are arguing for a clean CR. It is completely flipped.
Yeah.
They flipped the script. But to the point of these Obamacare subsidies, I think that everybody kind of acknowledges there's going to need to be an agreement.
Yes,
Not
and just to
necessarily
give people some
shutdown.
context for this, because Greene herself, the congresswoman, was pointing to the nonpartisan health policy.
And I'm gonna cut it out before they start saying the dumbest shit out their mouth. Let's get into Jasmine Crockett. Listen, y'all don't learn my patience is short with these people.
They continue to say, trust us. These tax credits won't expire until December. Just trust us. We will negotiate. Well, I have news for our colleagues across the aisle. Trust must be earned. It is not given. You see, President Trump swore in on January 20th, and since then, congressional Republicans have perpetuated an economic war on Americans. They asked us to trust them on the price of eggs, yet they've made it harder for Americans to buy any and all groceries. They asked us to trust them when it came to the cost of housing, but it's become more difficult to pay your rent or mortgage. They asked us to trust them when it came down to looking out for the best interest of our children. Yet we know that the cost to send your child to daycare or college has only increased. The only thing that I can tell you that we should trust the Republicans to do is to basically play in our faces. You see, the one thing that we should do is distrust everything that they say. And that is why Democrats are here today fighting. We showed up to work because we understand that in this shutdown, we are still getting paid. Unfortunately, those that work for the federal government are not going to be paid. They are about to miss their first checks. And so it is so interesting that someone can say, we're not going to show up to work. We're not going to do everything that we can to reopen the government. But yes, you must show up. What I have to say to those hardworking federal employees and those that happen to be out sick right now is that I anticipate that a lot of people are going to catch a lot of colds in the coming days, because it seems like the only thing that these people will understand is if we have a real shutdown, a shutdown in which the people that actually make this country go start acting like the Republicans, and they just decide that they're also not going to show up, because at the end of the day, we have a president who recently said that he doesn't know whether or not he even wants to pay people when we do reopen this government. In just 8 months, Republicans have shattered an already broken public health system. Their one big ugly bill enacted the largest cuts to healthcare in American history. Texas, under Republican rule for over 30 years, already had the highest uninsured rate in the country. And now an additional 1.6 million Texans are projected to lose their health insurance. But I want to be clear about this. This isn't just about those that will lose health insurance, because at the end of the day, we all will be impacted. Everyone's healthcare costs will go up, and everyone may end up missing a hospital or a doctor because of the reckless policies of the Republicans. Just in my district, a 60-year-old couple making $80,000 a year would see their premiums increase by nearly $20,000. A family of four making $64,000 a year would see an increase of $2,571, roughly 197%. Stripping away healthcare is just one aspect of their economic and healthcare assault on Americans. They've eliminated critical funding for local health departments and community organizations doing critical public health work. So we're here today because Republicans have once again chosen to prioritize billionaires and corporations over everyday Americans. Veterans, teachers, students, law enforcement officers, members of the military, factory workers, bus drivers, all of whom will be hurt by Republican healthcare assault on Americans. I'm here today to speak for the 90,000 people in my district who will see an increase in their healthcare cost, and the millions of Texans who could lose their coverage if
Okay, so yeah, it's so much going on that I can't even really explain it for you guys. And I wish I could, and I wish like I said earlier, it's time for them to put on their big boy pants and stop, like, the little children games that they're playing, the cognitive dissonance that they're just placing in front of everybody. And it's constantly, it's tiring. It's exhausting. People are kind of tired of doing the same thing and hearing the same thing. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then here comes these problems. Here we go with the back and forth. Here we go with all the issues that we should have handled already. And yet we have not found a way just to handle those issues. So then you're stuck with what? What are you stuck with? You're stuck with trying to figure out how to be a person in the world where it makes you feel like you can't get here, you can't get there, you can't get to the next piece, you can't step up on the next level, because we have someone who in office feels like everybody who's not on this status is beneath me. We have to have a little bit of humiliation around here. And we have to keep it 100. I'm not saying believe in what you believe in or think the way you think, but you have to have a universal understanding that we're all just trying to live. And we all have a goal in life, and we all want to get up there. So to say that up here is the line and y'all are down here and I will never get up here, it's like saying welcome to the US, where we take from you and you get nothing for it. You get absolutely nothing for it. And then you get mad because people start to protest and get rowdy, and then you call it, oh, this is dysfunction. No, this is what you cause. You can't, what that lady say in that video on Instagram, you can't cause somebody to get mad and get upset and then get mad at them because they upset and how they reacted to you. You can't tolerate, you cannot tell them how to react to the bullshit that you done thrown at them. Y'all got to get it together in the government, because I don't know what y'all doing or if y'all are doing anything. So that's same old conversation. We ain't gonna keep doing this. Y'all need to get together in the government immediately. All you motherfuckers is getting fired. Another news, we got a bigot that we gotta talk about. Over at Huntington Beach, mayor had a whole lot to say about immigrants in Huntington Beach and how California shouldn't be a sanctuary state. Let's listen to the bullshit. Mommy.
Since President Trump's return to office, he has intensified his effort to crack down on so-called sanctuary city laws. These are policies which limit local police cooperation with immigration violations. In tonight's In Depth, Adam Yamaguchi reports on one California city which wants to reverse that state's law enforcement restrictions.
Huntington Beach in Southern California draws millions of visitors to its sandy shores each year. But there's one group that's not welcome: immigrants who are here illegally.
My mom was an immigrant. My dad's parents were immigrants. This country is founded on immigrants, but legally.
Pat Burns is mayor of Huntington Beach and an avid President Trump supporter. He leads a city known for opposing California's Democratic governor, Gavin Newsom, and the state's majority left-leaning voters, especially when it comes to immigration.
How are the people here impacted or hurt by illegal immigration?
Well, a lot of the impact is immeasurable. You don't know who's here. We don't know where they're coming from, what their past is.
Back in January, Burns pushed an initiative approved unanimously by the city council, declaring Huntington Beach a non-sanctuary city. At least 16 cities and counties across the country have declared themselves non-sanctuary in recent years, and about 24 states have passed legislation banning sanctuary policies. Non-sanctuary status gives local police the green light to help federal law enforcement officials in their efforts to capture and detain undocumented immigrants. However, California is a sanctuary state that restricts local cooperation with ICE agents.
Does it have any teeth, given the fact that California is a sanctuary state?
In the sense that we're making a statement, our policemen can't use ICE translators, or they can't translate for ICE, they can't use their computer systems. I mean, there's so many different types of law enforcement that could all work together, and when they do, we have the best law enforcement in the world.
The administration has repeatedly threatened to withhold a variety of federal grants from cities and states classified as sanctuary jurisdictions if they don't cooperate with immigration enforcement. But so far, these attempts have been struck down in the courts. This week, Portland, Oregon was the latest sanctuary city to be targeted by the White House. President Trump ordered the deployment of 200 Oregon National Guard troops to protect an ICE facility and other federal buildings from protesters. Portland Mayor Keith Wilson.
The type of help that's being offered isn't being asked for. It's not necessary. The number of troops that we want or need is 0.
Back in Huntington Beach, Mayor Burns is encouraging other cities to adopt a non-sanctuary approach to immigration.
Politicians should stay the hell out of law enforcement.
I know this this old ass Santa Claus ain't just sit up here and say The police stand up. You understand this is all politics, right? Policies are makes the police politics. Senators, House of Representatives. Man, did this man graduate high school? Cause what are you saying? And you want other cities to adopt this. And you know what? California, we need to band together because cities like this ain't gonna happen. We love everyone in California. It's the vibe out here. Don't. Hey, we invite everybody. It's a turn up. When it's time to turn up, it's time to turn up. And we love everybody in this city. In Sacramento, especially, it's okay. We lean on each other, not separately. Now, people be having a beefs or whatever, but most of those times, those people used to fuck with each other, and they actually used to be cool. And now they just not, But California, ultimately, it's everybody likes each other. It's a vibe out here, and people like this, you run into. Sorry, over here. That you run into, listen, they're a rarity, and they get cussed out quickly. Don't find you in my city. I ain't finding you in my city, nigga. Next.
Since President Trump's return to office, he has intensified.
All right, y'all. So, California, Gavin Newsom is on the news. He's in controversy. He's on the web. Newsom, hi, how are you? Biggest supporter. Now I'm questioning everything because you do one thing and you do flip-flop. And you do some things that I just kind of like. All right, now, Newsom. Riding the edge. Riding the edge. Now, this next thing is all about Prop 50. And Prop 50 has some controversies behind it because they're saying it's one thing. And it's right before voting time, so I want y'all to get y'all information and get what y'all want to learn before y'all vote for anything. I know sometimes voting feels like, y'all, it's too much to understand. It's too much to try to get to know. Hey, welcome to the Candid Truth. We're going to break that shit down for you. Let's get it on.
Now to the redistricting battle. We're now less than a month away from California's special election November 4th, and many people have received their ballots or will be getting them this week.
Yeah, voters will be weighing in on Proposition 50, the only question on the ballot. ABC 10 political reporter Jenny Huh has a few important reminders before you vote.
If you're a registered California voter, you may have seen a series of pamphlets in your mail, a statewide and/or county voter information guide, and your ballot. Here's everything you need to know to cast your vote.
On November 4th, you have the power to stand up to Trump.
Gavin wants the same politicians who failed California to draw their own safe seats.
It's the battle over statewide redistricting.
And all you have to do is mention President Trump, and that brings out people.
Since August, Democrats led by California Governor Gavin Newsom are at the forefront of countering President Donald Trump's efforts of redrawing Republican states' congressional maps to give the party more seats in the House of Representatives come 2026.
In response, Governor Newsom has said, we're not going to sit down and take this without a fight. We're going to do the same. So a yes vote would allow voters to give politicians the right to redraw district boundaries in Congress.
This political tug-of-war is what's led to endless and expensive advertisements, mailers, and texts. As of Monday, at least $222 million has been raised for Prop 50. Of that, at least $131 million in support of that measure, at least $77 million against, per California Secretary of State website. And look out for who is supporting what. There are big names on the no side, like former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. And on the yes side, Governor Newsom.
Well, it signifies that this is extremely important. This is control of Congress.
And as November 4th is inching closer for California's 23 million registered voters, you can return your ballots by mail, at a drop box, your county elections office, or at a poll site on Election Day, depending on where you live. Officials are encouraging you to vote early to ensure your vote is counted, as all vote-by-mail ballots must be postmarked on or before Election Day and received by November 12th. Remember to seal and sign the enclosed ballot return envelope.
It is in the hands of voters, and it's really in the hands of mail-in voters.
You may have also seen this pamphlet. It's a correction to the initial voter information guide, which mislabeled one of our congressional districts. At the state capitol, Jenny Huh, ABC 10.
Well, Jenny, thank you. And don't forget, ABC 10 has you covered on all.
So I know it was a mouthful. So Prop 50 is pretty much a redistricting kind of situation going on. I'm going to let you know a little more information. This is where things get controversial. So this is what's going on and what people are proposing. And we told you we're going to show every side of the story. So let's show what this lady had to say. This the lady who had to say it? Yeah, from New York Post.
Who is the we here? You're not from California. None of these people are Californians. This whole ad is a lie.
Donald Trump is redrawing election maps to force through a Congress that only answers to him, not the people. If he gets away with it, all bets are off.
And you know they're lying about everything because of how quickly they put this proposition on the ballot. The tale of California's Prop 50 gerrymandering battle is actually a tale of two campaigns. There's two sides here. On one side, you have the yes on Prop 50. That's Gavin Newsom's side. And if you look at the ad campaigns for that side, you're going to see a lot of very well-known public figures advocating for yes on Prop 50 on behalf of Governor Newsom. And there are people like Jasmine Crockett from Texas or Elizabeth Warren from Vermont, AOC from New York City. Notably absent is Kamala Harris, who, as the only Californian in that bunch, she would be a good public figure to put out there as the first Black, first Asian, first woman vice president. So you know it's bad when Newsom won't even get the one high-profile Californian to advocate for his bill. But on the other side of this equation, we have the no on Prop 50, the no on gerrymandering. And the public figures who are advocating for that campaign are Californians of note like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Spencer Pratt. We have a lot of local politicians and local activists really advocating for the no on Prop 50 campaign. It's a tale of two campaigns, one from outside of California and one inside California. Just look at AOC's campaign for Prop 50, which is running here in California right now. She begins that ad by saying, "We don't back down from a fight." Who is the we here? You're not from California. None of these people are Californians. What's happening is that Gavin Newsom is really running a campaign for 2028 for the presidential election. And Prop 50 is his pitch to the American people to be their president. He's running against Donald Trump, and Donald Trump won by running on America First. And if anything, we can see that Gavin Newsom is not putting California first. He is putting the voters in other states first. He's putting the representatives in other states first. He's putting Donald Trump first. You listen to these ads. They barely mention the word California, except to say that this is a vote that will happen in California. So this really is a battle of the people versus the political class. And on the no side are the people who say, keep California for Californians. Let us decide our gerrymandering fate on our own, the way we voted to do in 2008. On the other side, you have the entrenched, established political class that really has ambitions beyond 2026 and beyond California.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Hush, dog. Hey, so y'all, I'm back, and we. Sorry, we gotta do this with a little puppy wuppy in the mix. So y'all, I don't know what's going on with this thing, and I don't know what's going on with the It all looks suspicious because Trump. I remember we had the housing. What was that prop? 30 something, and I was wondering why he didn't go for that, and he did not go for it actually. And I'm a little sleepy puppy. And she was. It's just like not she, he. Newsom has been doing some questionable things, so it's a lot of stuff going on. So I said like one more video I got for y'all to check it out on this because it's interesting, it's scary, and in the times that we're in, we need confirmation. We need certainty because this is why we do our research before we vote. Newsom, you gonna hate me, baby. Hey.
Voters can now cast their ballots for next month's election, and the battle over Prop 50 looks to be one of the most expensive in California history. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The November 4th special election will decide whether California will move forward with redrawing its congressional lines to make it easier for Democrats to flip 5 GOP-held seats. The competing campaigns are spending tens of millions of dollars.
CBS 8's Richard Allen is following the money and looks into whether it will make a difference at the ballot box. Richard?
Well, that's right, you guys. In just 4 weeks from today, voters will be heading to the polls in this single-issue special election, the third most expensive ballot measure here in the Golden State in the past decade. Now, in the meantime, millions in donations, both supporting and opposing Prop 50, are continuing to pour in.
This is why it is important for you to vote no on Proposition 50.
Fight for democracy in all 50 states. Yes on 50.
The ads are hard to ignore on TV, radio, and streaming platforms, leading many to question who is funding all this. CBS 8 political analyst Wendy Patrick.
One thing about Prop 50 is everybody is talking about how expensive it is becoming, with both sides pouring enormous amounts of money into representing their positions.
According to Cal Matters, so far more than $215 million has been raised on both sides, with the Yes on 50 camp taking in more than $138 million, including $10 million from a political fund led by investor and philanthropist George Soros, as well as $6 million combined from 2 different teachers' associations. Interestingly, according to Cal Matters, more than 68,000 individual donors have given money to the Yes campaign.
Small dollar donors, in other words, people that are donating less than $100, seem to be in favor of this proposition.
The No on 50 camp has raised over $77 million, with the largest donation by far, almost $33 million, from physicist and political donor Charles Munger Jr., who also donated to the original ballot measure to create California's independent redistricting commission 15 years ago. Prop 50, if it passes, would effectively suspend the congressional maps drawn by that commission until 2030.
When passing a ballot measure, obviously money matters. But money matters more when we're talking about a ballot measure that could impact the outcome of elections.
Governor Gavin Newsom proposed Prop 50 after the Trump administration put pressure on lawmakers in Texas to redraw congressional lines there to turn 5 Democratic seats into Republican-leaning districts in advance of next year's midterm elections. Patrick says one of the most critical questions now is whether all this money being spent on Prop 50 here in California will actually make a difference in the outcome at the polls.
The answer to that is tough because when you have an issue that's unprecedented, it also is unpredictable whether or not voters will turn up at the polls. We'll know more in less than 5 weeks.
And in order to pass, Prop 50 needs to get a simple majority of the votes, 50% plus one. And as we mentioned, those mail-in ballots.
All right, so yeah, that was a lot to take in. We don't get the stream going. I hope you guys end up understanding all of that. It was a lot to take in. Newsom has been doing some questionable things. I'm gonna be honest, he has. So just keep doing your research on Prop 50. Stay tuned. I'm also, you can come to the channel because you know we're gonna keep it in. Y'all know I'm gonna keep y'all updated on that. I ain't gonna never let y'all down on that point. Let's see. What other topic do we got? I think we done, right? Was that it for the day? Let me see. I'm looking right now. Oh, that was it of the day. Oh shit. Okay, that was it. That was it, y'all. Oh wait. So also there was a listeria outbreak in California. Let's see. A California company recalls nearly 250. No, what is that? 245 pounds of pre-cooked pasta linked to listeria outbreak and a potential contamination of other food products in stores nationwide. Nate's Fine Foods in Roseville, California also recalled thousands of cases of linguine, fettuccine, and panini pasta. A lot of the pre-cooked foods. So make sure you guys go take a look at the, what is that? The food FDA and at the CDC's websites. If you want me to, I'll link them down below in the thing so you guys can go tap on them. We'll keep you updated. Can't believe we've been on for almost an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know we started off on a rough patch. Hopefully next time we have a clear one. Thank you guys for staying so tuned with me. Let's close out the show with a banger because I didn't get to play it in the beginning. But we're going to play it as the outro, and I love you guys so much. Please comment down below. Thank you guys so much. You've been supporting and watching. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your ex-boyfriend, tell your ex-girlfriend. Watch me. Tell your auntie, your uncles, and all of them, okay? Let's get this going. Oh, you couldn't even hear me the whole time. Okay, wait. Hold on, yeah. All right, you guys. Oh, wait. Make sure y'all guys heard me. Y'all heard me at the end, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, right? And that was all we had for the video. I hope the audio came on through, y'all. Y'all know we having troubles over here. Listen, thank you guys so much for watching again. If y'all got to hear me, I'm going to do it one more time. Thank you so much for watching. Tell your mama, your uncle, your auntie, your ex, your girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, your uncle, your daddy, sister, cousin, stepsister, that you keep on watching. Thank you. And we're going to play that outro one more time because we sound good.
These time is making stuff.